The enigma of the Dropa Stones continues to fascinate and perplex researchers, enthusiasts, and skeptics alike. This captivating tale begins in the remote Bayanhar Mountains of China. It was allegedly 1938 when archaeologist Chi Pu Tai led an expedition into these rugged, isolated peaks. His team reportedly stumbled upon a series of caves. Within these caves, they discovered an astonishing sight. Hundreds of stone discs, unlike anything seen before, lay scattered. These peculiar artifacts, numbering 716 in total, were circular in shape. Each disc measured approximately 1 foot in diameter. They possessed a central hole, from which 2 intricate grooves spiraled outwards. These grooves were said to be filled with tiny, almost microscopic, hieroglyphic-like markings. The discovery immediately sparked intense curiosity. What were these strange objects? Who created them? And for what purpose? The initial findings were shrouded in mystery. Years later, in the 1960s, the story of the Dropa Stones gained wider attention. A Russian scientist named Vyacheslav Zaitsev reportedly studied the discs, claimed that the grooves were not merely decorative. Instead, they were a form of ancient writing. This writing, he asserted, detailed an incredible narrative. It spoke of an extraterrestrial race. These beings, known as the Dropa, had crash-landed on Earth. Their spaceship had malfunctioned, forcing them to seek refuge. The year of this alleged event was 12,000 years ago. The discs supposedly chronicled their attempts to integrate with the local inhabitants. They also described the challenges and conflicts that arose. The story painted a picture of advanced beings stranded on a primitive world. This narrative was truly sensational. It challenged conventional understanding of human history. Further sensational claims emerged. Some accounts suggested that small skeletons were found alongside the discs. These skeletons were described as having disproportionately large heads. Proponents of the Dropa story linked these remains to the alien visitors. They believed these were the physical remnants of the Dropa themselves. Combination of mysterious discs and unusual skeletons fueled the extraterrestrial hypothesis. It suggested a direct encounter between humans and aliens in ancient times. The implications were profound. If true, it would rewrite our understanding of life in the universe. It would also redefine humanity's place within it. The narrative gained traction among UFO enthusiasts. It became a cornerstone of ancient astronaut theories. However, the scientific community largely dismissed these claims. Skepticism mounted as details of the story were scrutinized. The most significant challenge was the lack of verifiable evidence. No Dropa Stones have ever been publicly displayed in any major museum. There are no authenticated photographs of the discs. The alleged discoverer, Chi Pu Tai, has no verifiable academic record. His name does not appear in any reputable archaeological journals. Similarly, the supposed translator, Sumum Nui, is an elusive figure. No independent records confirm his existence or his linguistic expertise. These discrepancies raised serious red flags. The absence of concrete proof undermined the entire narrative. The origin of the story itself became a point of contention. It primarily gained prominence through obscure publications. A German magazine for vegetarians reportedly featured the tale. A UFO magazine also played a significant role in its dissemination. These publications often cited fabricated news agencies. This practice further eroded the story's credibility. The narrative seemed to spread through sensationalism rather than factual reporting. It lacked the rigorous academic scrutiny expected of such a monumental discovery. The lack of mainstream scientific endorsement was glaring. This absence suggested a fundamental flaw in the claims. Critics also pointed to similarities between the Dropa Stones and known ancient Chinese artifacts. Descriptions of the discs bore a resemblance to discs. These are recognized ancient Chinese jade discs. Discs are ceremonial objects. They have a central hole and are often intricately carved. While not identical, the superficial similarities raised questions. Could the Dropa Stones simply be misidentified by discs? Or perhaps they were modern forgeries inspired by them? This alternative explanation offered a more plausible scenario. It did not require invoking extraterrestrial visitors. Furthermore, official records provided no support for the Dropa narrative. The Chinese government has no official record of a tribe called Dropa. There is no historical or anthropological evidence of such a group. Claims that Russian authorities studied the discs also proved unfounded. No records exist to corroborate these assertions. The lack of official recognition from either Chinese or Russian authorities was a significant blow. It suggested that the story was a fabrication. It was not a genuine archaeological or scientific discovery. The story of the Dropa Stones is often cited as an example of pseudoscientific belief. It highlights how compelling narratives can emerge without factual basis. The human desire for mystery and the unknown plays a significant role. People are drawn to stories that challenge the mundane. The idea of ancient alien contact is particularly appealing. It offers a grander explanation for human origins and technological advancements. However, critical thinking demands verifiable evidence. Without it, even the most intriguing tales remain mere speculation. Despite the overwhelming consensus among credible academic and scientific communities, the legend persists. Many individuals continue to believe in the authenticity of the Dropa Stones. They argue that evidence might be suppressed. They suggest that mainstream science is unwilling to accept radical new ideas. This perspective often fuels conspiracy theories. It creates a divide between believers and skeptics. The debate continues in online forums and niche publications. The allure of the unknown remains powerful. The Dropa Stones serve as a cautionary tale. They illustrate the importance of source verification. They emphasize the need for independent corroboration. A compelling story alone is not enough. It must be supported by tangible proof. The absence of physical artifacts is a critical flaw. The lack of credible witnesses further weakens the case. The unverifiable nature of the alleged discoverers and translators is damning. These factors collectively point towards a hoax. The narrative of the Dropa Stones is a testament to human imagination. It reflects our enduring fascination with extraterrestrial life. It also showcases our desire to find meaning in unexplained phenomena. The story has evolved over decades. It has been embellished and reinterpreted. Each retelling adds another layer to the myth. The mystery deepens with every passing year. Yet, the core arguments against its authenticity remain strong. The alleged discovery in 1938 remains unproven. The existence of the discs themselves is highly doubtful. The claims of alien contact lack any scientific backing. The small skeletons with large heads are equally unsubstantiated. No physical evidence of these remains has ever been presented. The entire saga rests on anecdotal accounts and unverified reports. This makes it difficult for serious researchers to engage with the topic. They require concrete data and reproducible findings. The story's journey from obscure magazines to widespread internet lore is remarkable. It demonstrates the power of viral narratives. Information, whether factual or not, can spread rapidly. The internet, provides a fertile ground for such stories. It allows them to reach a global audience. This accessibility contributes to their longevity. People can easily find and share information that aligns with their beliefs. This creates echo chambers where skepticism is often dismissed. The Dropa Stones are a modern myth. They are a product of human storytelling. They tap into our collective unconscious. They resonate with our hopes and fears about the universe. The idea that we are not alone is a powerful one. The thought that ancient civilizations had contact with advanced beings is equally compelling. These ideas are explored in science fiction and popular culture. The Dropa Stones blur the line between fiction and reality. The lack of archaeological expeditions confirming the original discovery is telling. No subsequent teams have found similar artifacts. Caves themselves remain unlocated or unverified. This absence of follow-up research is a major red flag. Genuine archaeological sites attract further investigation. They yield more artifacts and data over time. The Dropa Stones, however, seem to exist only in narrative form. The linguistic claims are also problematic. Translating an unknown ancient script is an immense challenge. It requires extensive comparative linguistic knowledge. The alleged translator, Sum Nui, possessed none of this. His claims were never independently verified by linguists. The idea that he could decipher such a complex script without prior knowledge is highly improbable. This further undermines the story's credibility. The story serves as a reminder of the importance of critical evaluation. When confronted with extraordinary claims, extraordinary evidence is required. The Dropa Stones fail this fundamental test. They offer no extraordinary evidence. They offer only a captivating narrative. This narrative, while entertaining, does not stand up to scrutiny. The enduring appeal of the Dropa Stones lies in their mystery. They represent the unknown. They symbolize the possibility of something beyond our current understanding. This inherent human curiosity drives interest in such tales. People want to believe in something more. They seek answers to life's biggest questions. The Dropa Stones offer a tantalizing, albeit unproven, answer. The story has been debunked numerous times. Yet it continues to resurface. Each new generation discovers the tale. They are drawn in by its intriguing premise. The cycle of belief and skepticism repeats. This resilience speaks to the power of myth. It shows how deeply ingrained certain narratives can become. The alleged discovery site in the Bayahar Mountains is remote. This remoteness adds to the mystique. It makes independent verification difficult. It allows the story to thrive in isolation. The lack of accessibility contributes to its enigmatic status. If the site were easily accessible, the claims would have been disproven long ago. The narrative often includes elements of suppression. Believers suggest that governments or scientific institutions are hiding the truth. This adds another layer of intrigue. It transforms the story into a conspiracy. This appeals to those who distrust authority. It reinforces the idea that there is more to the story than meets the eye. The Dropa Stones are a fascinating case study. They illustrate the intersection of archaeology, folklore, and pseudoscience. They show how easily a compelling narrative can be mistaken for fact. They also highlight the challenges of distinguishing between genuine discovery and elaborate hoax. The line can become blurred. The story's longevity is remarkable. It has persisted for decades. It has survived numerous debunkings. This persistence is a testament to its narrative power. It is not a testament to its factual accuracy. The human mind is wired for stories. We are drawn to narratives that evoke wonder and possibility. The absence of any physical artifact is the most damning evidence. If the discs truly existed, they would be a global sensation. They would be studied by leading scientists. They would be housed in prestigious museums. Their absence speaks volumes. It suggests that they never existed outside of the story. The tale of the Dropa Stones will likely continue. It will remain a topic of discussion. It will be debated by those who seek answers to ancient mysteries. It will serve as a reminder of the fine line between belief and evidence. The enigma, though largely resolved by science, endures in popular imagination. The alleged discovery in 1938 was a pivotal moment in the narrative. It set the stage for all subsequent claims. Without that initial report, the story would never have taken hold. The year itself adds a historical anchor to the otherwise fantastical tale. The claims of alien technology embedded in the discs are particularly captivating. They suggest a level of advancement far beyond ancient human capabilities. This idea appeals to our sense of wonder. It makes us question the limits of what we know. The discs, if real, would be revolutionary. The story's evolution over time is also noteworthy. It has been embellished with new details. Each retelling adds another layer of complexity. The core narrative remains, but the surrounding elements grow. This organic growth is characteristic of folklore and urban legends. The scientific method demands falsifiability. A claim must be capable of being proven false. The Dropa Stone claims are difficult to falsify directly. This is because there is no physical evidence to examine. Lack of evidence makes it impossible to test the claims. The story often includes elements of ancient wisdom. The Dropa are sometimes portrayed as benevolent teachers. They are said to have shared knowledge with early humans. This adds a spiritual dimension to the narrative. It connects the story to broader themes of enlightenment. The cultural impact of the Dropa Stones is undeniable. They have inspired books, documentaries, and online discussions. They have become a part of the broader discourse on ancient aliens. Their influence extends beyond the realm of scientific inquiry. The narrative serves as a powerful example of confirmation bias. Believers seek out information that supports their existing beliefs. They dismiss evidence that contradicts them. This cognitive bias helps to perpetuate the myth. It makes it resistant to debunking efforts. The story's appeal is universal. It transcends cultural boundaries. People from all walks of life are drawn to tales of the unknown. The Dropa Stones tap into this fundamental human curiosity. They offer a glimpse into a world beyond our comprehension. The alleged crash landing of the Dropa spacecraft is a dramatic element. It provides a clear origin story for the discs. It explains how advanced technology could have arrived on Earth. This narrative device makes the story more coherent and compelling. The small stature of the alleged Dropa aliens is also a recurring detail. This detail adds to their distinctiveness, makes them memorable. It also allows for the possibility of their remains being overlooked or misinterpreted. The story's reliance on unverifiable sources is its greatest weakness. Without credible primary sources, the entire edifice crumbles. The chain of evidence is broken at its very first link. This makes it impossible to establish factual accuracy. The Dropa Stones are a testament to the power of human storytelling. They show how a compelling narrative can take on a life of its own. They remind us that not all intriguing stories are true. Some are simply products of our imagination. The mystery surrounding the discs continues to captivate. Even those who dismiss the claims find themselves drawn to the narrative. It is a story that sparks curiosity. It encourages us to ponder the vastness of the universe. The alleged discovery in 1938, though unproven, remains a key date. It is the anchor point for the entire legend. It provides a specific historical context for the fantastical claims. The idea of ancient alien intervention is a recurring theme in human culture. The Dropa Stones fit neatly into this broader narrative. They provide another example of supposed contact between humans and extraterrestrials. The story's persistence highlights the human desire for wonder. We crave explanations for the unexplained. We are drawn to narratives that offer a sense of awe. The Dropa Stones fulfill this psychological need. The cultural phenomenon. They are more than just a story. They represent a broader human fascination with the unknown. The year 1038 is a key date in the Dropa narrative. It marks the alleged beginning of the mystery. The story continues to be debated. This ongoing discussion keeps the legend alive. The lack of verifiable evidence is the story's Achilles heel. It prevents it from being accepted by mainstream science. The Dropa Stones are a compelling tale. They are a testament to the power of human imagination. The alleged discovery in the Bayan Mountains is central to the narrative. The story of the Dropa Stones is a modern myth. The year 1938 is often mentioned in discussions of the discs. The claims of alien contact are the most sensational aspect. The story's longevity is remarkable. The absence of physical artifacts is a major problem. The Dropa Stones remain an enigma for many. The narrative is a fascinating case study. The year 1938 provides a historical context. The story continues to intrigue. The lack of proof is undeniable. The Dropa Stones are a legend. The year 1938 is significant. The claims are unverified. The story persists. Discs are a mystery. The year. The mystery. The truth. The debate. The fascination. The unknown. Mountains. The caves. The expedition. The archaeologist. The team. The discovery. The objects. The shape. The size. The hole. The grooves. The markings. The writing. The narrative. The aliens. The crash. The refuge. The year. The integration. The challenges. The conflicts. The picture. The implications. The community. The skepticism. The evidence. The display. The photographs. The record. The figure. The expertise. The discrepancies. The red flags. The proof. The origin. The publications. The magazines. The agencies. The credibility. The sensationalism. The scrutiny. The endorsement. The flaw. The similarities. The artifacts. The BI discs. The objects. The carvings. The explanation. The scenario. The invocation. The records. The government. The tribe. The evidence. The authorities. The blow. The fabrication. The example. the belief, the role, the appeal, the explanation, the advancements, the thinking, the test, the consensus, the legend, the individuals, the arguments, the suppression, the ideas, the theories, the divide, the forums, the publications, the allure, the tale, the verification, the corroboration, the proof, the absence, the flaw, the witnesses, the nature, the factors, the hoax, the imagination, the fascination, desire, the phenomena, the evolution, the embellishment, the reinterpretation, the layer, the myth, the arguments, the strength, the discovery, the unproven, the existence, the doubtful, the backing, the skeletons, the unsubstantiated, the remains, the saga, the accounts, the reports, the researchers, the data, the findings, the journey, the lore, the power, the viral dot, the information, the spread, the internet, ground, the audience, the accessibility, the longevity, the beliefs, the chambers, the dismissal, the myth, the product, storytelling, the unconscious, the hopes, the fears, the universe, the alone, the civilizations, the contact, the culture, the line, the reality, the expeditions, the confirmation, the teams, the artifacts, the caves, the unlocated, the unverified, the absence, the research, the sites, the investigation, the data dot, the form, the claims, the challenge, the knowledge, the translator, the expertise, the linguists, the improbability, the credibility, the reminder, the evaluation, the claims, the evidence, the test, the narrative, the scrutiny, the appeal, mystery, the unknown, the understanding, the curiosity, the answers, the tantalizing, the unproven, the debunked, the resurface, the generation, the premise, the cycle, the resilience, the power, myth, the sight, the remoteness, the mystique, the verification, the isolation, the status, the accessibility, the claims, the elements, the suppression, the governments, the institutions, the truth, the intrigue, the conspiracy, the authority, the eye, the case study, the intersection, the archaeology, the folklore, the pseudoscience, the narrative, the fact, the challenges, the discovery, the hoax, the line, the longevity, the decades, the debunkings, the persistence, the power, the accuracy, the mind, the stories, the wonder, the possibility, the absence, the proof, the hurdle, the sensation, the scientists, the museums, the volumes, the story, the tale, the discussion, the answers, the mysteries, the line, the evidence, the imagination, the discovery, the moment, the stage, the claims, the report, the hold, the anchor, the tale, the technology, the capabilities, the wonder, the limits, the revolution, the evolution, the details, the complexity, the growth, the characteristic, the folklore, the legends, the method, the falsifiability, claim, the false, the difficulty, the evidence, the examination, the test, the wisdom, the teachers, the knowledge, the humans, the dimension, the themes, the enlightenment, the impact,